What's up, guys and gals? It is I, once again, Yusuf Al-Saned, and today, guys and gals, I want to talk about and review Jake Castorena and Sam Liu's 2018 superhero action drama, The Death of Superman, which is the first of two films to be released, one this year, the sequel which will follow next year, which is titled The Reign of the Supermen, because this movie, guys and gals, details the last 48 hours in the life of Clark Kent, a.k.a. Superman, and this movie was co-directed by Jake Castorena and Sam Liu, produced by James Tucker, and written by Peter J. Tomasi. This film, guys, oh my god, guys and gals, I'm a huge fan of Superman, like yours truly is a huge fan of the Justice League and many films released by DC animated films, that is, because the live action films are like meh, and I stopped watching them basically. But these movies, guys and gals, the DC animated films, are my go-to, especially as someone who's a huge fan of superheroes, most definitely Batman and Superman, the latter of who has always been one of my all-time favorites, if not my favorite, and someone who yours truly sees as both an inspiration and someone who was my hero in my day-to-day life, very much like the hearts of people who Superman, aka Clark Kent, has touched. And Superman, guys and gals, is basically God in their eyes. If God was real and he had superpowers and saved people every day, even though he can't be in two places at once, Superman, aka Clark Kent, is a hero and someone his ma and pa, Jonathan and Martha Kent, should be proud of, like Lois Lane, his beloved Lois, should definitely be proud of as well. And by God Almighty, guys and gals, is Lois Lane proud of her Superman, her beloved Clark? And this movie, once again, was friggin' amazing. The Death of Superman details the last 48 hours of Clark Kent, aka Superman's life, and we basically see his interaction with both his parents and his beloved girlfriend Lois Lane during this time, during the last 48 hours of his life, while he's also saving people and meeting with his arch nemesis Lex Luthor concerning this fragment which he found on one of these goons who were trying to rob a bank, until Superman stopped them and took this fragment from their armor, which looks to be Kryptonian, the homeland where Superman, aka Clark Kent, was from, the planet of Krypton, which was destroyed many years ago, before Superman eventually find out who he was, his origin. And Superman, aka Clark Kent, does want to share his story with the world concerning his family, where he came from, because he believes it's about time he does that, as respect to those who love him, those who support him, and those who always believe in Superman and what the S stands for, which is hope, baby, hope. Superman represents hope for both his people and his city, whereas Clark Kent represents who he is as a person, as a man, as an American who does want to achieve the American dream, which includes falling in love with the girl of his dream, that being Lois Lane. And Lois Lane, it's about time she learns who Superman truly is, and Clark Kent actually does reveal to her who he really is, who Superman, the Superman is. And lo and behold, guys and gals, Lois Lane was quite surprised and quite shocked to learn that her beloved Smallville, as she once called him, is actually Superman. And oh my god, it's so cute and so adorable. But this film, guys and gals, is called The Death of Superman for a reason, because it's based on the comic book series of the same name, a short comic book series which was quite controversial during the time it was released. And this story, guys and gals, presents the death of Superman in the most heroic way fashion, because Superman was a true hero, as are the Justice League, which includes Hawk, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, also known as Diana Prince, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, the Batman, and of course your boy Superman, aka Clark Kent, and their battle against this entity, an unknown entity known as Doomsday, who Lois Lane would come to name during his destruction on Metropolis, the city of Superman and those he protect, their beloved city, against this entity known as Doomsday. Doomsday, whose sole purpose is destruction, war, anger, rage, fury, among many other things that defines this creature, this evil monster, this entity, basically the devil incarnate, because Doomsday is the closest thing to a devil we'll ever have, which is quite fitting considering that Superman is God in the eyes of the people. So this is a war between both God, Superman, and Doomsday, the devil himself, as they clash together in one epic duel. And this fight, guys and gals, is truly a fight not to miss. This battle was hard-hitting, raw, surreal, and just insane, guys and gals. Every punch, every contact between these two is so insane. These two are basically monsters on the same level of strength, power, speed, among many other abilities they share, because Doomsday's power is so similar to that of Superman, which means that Doomsday is probably Kryptonian or some kind of creation from Krypton long ago, and Superman, guys and gals, has not been known to be pushed past his limit or to be pushed at his limit, period, because Superman is known as someone who cannot be touched, someone who cannot be hurt or broken. But Doomsday not only broke the Man of Steel, he crushes him and eventually kills him, much to the heartbreaks of those he swore to protect, including his beloved Lois and parents. This death, guys and gals, was very huge at the time the comic book was released, because no one thought Superman, God himself, could be killed, and this movie brought that story, that comic book, to life in the most beautiful, authentic way possible. This story, The Death of Superman, is truly amazing, and everything about this movie, guys and gals, yours truly loves so much, from the performances to the animation, the direction by both Jake Castorena and of course Sam Liu, whose work yours truly loves so much, and the writing by Peter J. Tomasi is really good. This film, guys and gals, has many great performances, but the four standout performances in my eyes are of course Superman, aka Clark Kent, who's voiced very well by Jerry O'Connell, who I love so much, and then you have Rebecca Ramagin, who plays Lois Lane, and she is really good. Rebecca is both beautiful and so charming as Lois Lane, and then you have Lex Luthor, who's voiced surprisingly well by Rainn Wilson, who yours truly think was the last person to be cast as Lex Luthor, but he does such a good job for his role, even though at times he can sound quite creepy and quite scummy, to be honest, but that's Lex Luthor for you. Even though Lex Luthor is known to have a commanding presence, someone whose voice and presence is very commanding, and someone who does command respect, even though he's hated by many people in Metropolis, not just because he's a bad man, but also because he hates the Man of Steel. He's the only man in the entire world, minus the villains, who really hates Superman and wants nothing more than to see Superman die by his hands, even though it's not Lex Luthor to finally kill Superman, but Doomsday, his Doomsday. And finally, guys and gals, we have Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, who's voiced very well by Rosario Dawson, who I love so much. She really does command her character very well and really does show a lot of complexity to Wonder Woman, and her relationship with Clark Kent, aka Superman, is quite fascinating, because before Lois Lane and Superman, aka Clark Kent, those two, Diana and Clark, aka Wonder Woman and Superman, were an item together. Those two loved each other until eventually it couldn't work out for them, but in the words of Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, it was fun while it lasted, and boy oh boy guys, it was surely fun, especially if you're with Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, who's mighty fine and very strong, guys and gals. She truly was. This film was very emotional, very impactful, and a movie which you guys and gals have to see, especially if you're fans of Superman, the Justice League, and many other comic books relating to these characters, superhero characters who we've grown up with. And do look forward to the sequel of Superman, The Death of Superman, which is the Reign of the Supermen, to be released next year in 2019. This film, guys and gals, receives the highest recommendation by yours truly. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my gaming channel where I do Let's Play series, gaming content, and so much more. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.